kids are picky, right? And that was a huge part of what started this for me was my niece wouldn't eat. And I used to just hang out with her all the time. And I thought, oh, well, let's just make meatballs. And because that's something most people like. But she wouldn't eat them because she didn't know what was in them. Oh. And as soon as she made them,
light bulb.
It was crazy. And that is the biggest thing is because my kids are picky too. I was blessed with very picky children. And as soon as they see what's in something, as soon as they're part of the process, and it could be the smallest thing, it changes something within them. They're proud of it. They want to share it and they want to taste it.
Awesome.
And that, for me, it just brings me like, it lights me up so much because I'm like, now you see, it's not scary anymore, right? Like, I don't know if either of your kids are like, I'm not eating that, right? Like it has an onion. You're like, it doesn't have an onion. But like they see the mysterious onion and you're like, there's no onions, man. Yeah. But once they see it, they know, and they know that they have control of the change that happens within there. It's amazing.
Good morning, Okotoks. I'm your host, Josh Wells, Economic Development Specialist with the town of Okotoks, and today we're going to be diving into the delicious world of food with a local chef who's stirring things up in the best possible way. Joining me today is Stephanie Stefan with Spaghetti Tree Chef. How are you doing, Stephanie?
Oh, I'm so good, Josh. I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming. Before we dive in, we like to talk a little bit about what's going on in Okotoks, and let's be honest, we are full into event season. Have you had a chance to go out to any of the events in Okotoks?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite one just off the top?
I have to be real. This year was Pride Festival.
Really?
I thought they really stepped it up this year.
So that was over at the Ethel Tucker Park over at the OALC. I heard the music bumping all day long. It was amazing.
It was pretty great.
Oh, that's so cool. It's great. There's a lot of great things to do. Dogs games, sporting events, food events, all sorts of stuff. It's awesome. So without further ado, I should say, it's great to have you here, Stephanie. Let's dive right in. Yeah. How did you get into the food business?
I just loved food from a young age. I remember being a kid, and every time my parents would make something, I would go and doctor it without them looking. And then, eventually my dad caught on and just kept encouraging me to do so. And then I truly just centered my entire school career, like from junior high through high school, around cooking. So I didn't really have anything else to do. I pigeonholed myself into cooking. So like after high school, when I graduated, it was just like, my dad's like, so you're going to go to SAIT, right? And I was like, oh, I guess.
So we were talking a little bit about it too. Born and raised in Calgary, correct? So SAIT was a natural sort of fit for you?
Totally.
Awesome. And how did you find that culinary journey? So to talk a little bit about how you got into it, but I mean, everybody loves food. We all need it, right?
True, yeah.
How did that progress for you? Because there's traditional ways of looking at it, and then there's sort of like your comfort food. There's all sorts of ways. Like I'm fascinated.
Oh, really? For me, it just started with flavor. And I worked in the industry for long enough, I'll say that. But it actually changed my relationship with food because I started to hate it. Because the industry is not, I don't know how to word this nicely. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's just a lot of work. And I missed a lot of really big events with my family. And it got to the point where I just resented it and I wasn't enjoying it. And it was so serendipitous because I was like feeling on the edge of the cliff there. And I was on my way to work and I saw this building brand new in Avenida in Calgary and it said Culinary Kids. And I was like, what is this food? And I had no idea. I couldn't run in then. I stopped on my next day off, and it was these two teachers that opened a cooking school for kids. Nice. And I was like, I'm going to quit my job today. And I did. So I went home, and I told my husband, I'm like, I quit my job. And he's like, no, you didn't. I did. I actually did, but I have another job. Yeah. So, and that started the teaching journey. And that's a very long story. But at the end of it, I truly decided that I wanted to keep going with it, but I needed to change the modality. And so that's how I've ended up right here.
That's amazing. You know, like most entrepreneurs, you find something that you're passionate about. And if you can make that what you do, it's no longer work, right?
Yeah.
And so you dive in with 2 feet and you just go with it. I think that's amazing. I love food. I love cooking. Have you ever seen the show The Bear?
No.
Okay, so it's apparently supposed to be the closest thing to what a commercial kitchen is like. And so when you talk about how tough it can be and how hard it is, that makes sense, which is sort of funny because when you think of food, it's all around us. People love it. You need it. It's one of those things that certainly AI can't replace. So you saw those teachers doing it. You said, you know what? I no longer want to go down maybe the route of opening my own restaurant. Mm-hmm. I want to teach. I want people to be empowered to make their own food.
Yeah, totally.
Tell me a little bit about that.
The shift was great, and I always it's so rudimentary for me because I'm like, I went from teaching adults that were like children and didn't get it to teaching children who really wanted to be there and had a passion for food. So for me, it ignited new passion for food through being able to bring it to especially kids because they're just so fun, and like I said, food's a lost art with so many people, and it's nobody's fault. That's the thing. It's nobody's fault that this has happened. Our lives have changed so much. So that things like, the good food box, or like, what is that? Fresh.
Fresh, natural
fresh. The one that
like
gets delivered to your door, right?
You can tell we both cook because I don't subscribe to the boxes either.
But I'm like, holy cow, they're really onto something because that does help people. And honestly, I've had some of those products. They're fantastic. Mm-hmm. They do a great job to get the food back in the house.
Right.
And so just bringing back that passion and the relationship with real food is really important to me.
That's amazing. It's funny. I've been so opposed to getting these boxes because I like to come up with these solutions myself. And to be quite fair, a lot of the, not ingredients, but the recipes are right at your fingertips. I mean, as long as you're willing to go through the ads and scroll through all that type of stuff.
Totally.
But I think part of it, would you say, is understanding that it's not difficult, and you just need to take some time and have fun with it more than anything. Like, to me, cooking is more of an art than a science.
It's both.
Okay.
It's totally both. And on that note, I brought you something because I want to touch on this. So I brought you a Caesar salad. And I know, it's, again, rudimentary. However, this is one of the things that I make with my students. And it's what you said. It's about making food attainable. So when we're home... and we're like, oh my God, I just worked all day. I don't want to cook. Yeah. And the smallest, most simple thing is a Caesar salad.
I can smell the garlic from here. And as like a second generation German who loves garlic sausage, this is amazing.
And so Caesar salad dressing is one of those things that I think most people have in their house. It's just sort of like a staple.
Did you want me to dig into this while you're
do it.
Okay, I'm just going to move the mic so people don't have to hear me
all the way eat it. And so for me, I want people to know that making things like this from scratch is so easy. So part of what I do is can I teach you how to make a Caesar salad dressing from the absolute base? You're whipping your eggs and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I absolutely can. But are you going to do it again?
Well, now I will.
No, you won't, because that's not how it's made. And that's the thing is, you don't have to go over the top, and you don't have to have all these crazy things in your kitchen to make amazing food. Mm-hmm. And that is one of my top recipes that I constantly get emailed for.
I'm putting that on camera. I could eat the whole thing. I don't want people to have to watch me eat.
And the simplicity of it is I thought of this last night, truly, if I'm being so real, because I was like, I don't want to cook. It's way too hot.
Do you find like part of it, a food not being approachable is this notion that you don't have the ingredients on hand, but you really don't need that much, right?
No, and this came together for me, and this would be for anyone, and that's why I teach like this, is that you have to be able to do it again.
Yeah.
I can teach you over and over and over the long way. I can absolutely do that because I know how to do it.
Yeah.
But when the rest of your dinner is on the table and you're like, Caesar salad's the last thing you've got to get ready, and you go and you're like, oh, dang it, my bottle's empty.
Yeah. It's the worst.
And I'm like, hey, guess what? You can have this in less than 5 minutes. You're going to do it.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I did. That's what I do every time. Because my children drink this.
Yeah. But just open the fridge and say, okay, I've got this.
Yeah.
What can I put together?
It's so easy.
Do you find that as you reignite that passion with food, as you mentioned, it comes more naturally where you start to look at maybe these ingredients and say, okay, I can make this with what I have, as opposed to having to go out or alternatively order out, right?
Yes. Oh, that's a big one. Yeah.
Cool.
And don't get me wrong. I believe as a chef, honestly, that everything has a place. Yep. And you know what? Everyone, if you don't go to McDonald's, you're a liar. So, I mean, we all get a stomachache from it. We all regret it 30 minutes later. That doesn't mean we don't do it.
True.
Right? So
just because it tastes good doesn't mean it's good for you. But what we're learning here is you can make it taste good and it's good for you.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so I was going to save this for the rapid fire, but I think this makes sense right now. 5 things that you must have in your fridge.
Ooh.
You can go 3. You could go 7.
In my fridge?
Absolutely.
Mayonnaise, ketchup.
That's
I have 4 children. Mustard for me, or like Dijon mustard, because it's a better base for things.
Doesn't have to be fridge either. We can
doesn't have to be
sorry,
fridge.
I shouldn't
Garlic.
say just fridge. Caveat, absolutely.
Onions.
Yeah.
Can I go more tomatoes?
But right, no. I read Kitchen Confidential by Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah.
If anybody's had a chance, right? And there's several things that stuck with me, and one of them being like shallots.
Yeah.
Super simple, super easy, right?
Yeah.
Garlic being another one.
Yeah.
Type of oil, butter, I think is key, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So, and then if you have eggs, you can make mayonnaise.
Yep.
No, I love it. So we have this Caesar salad. You say your kids drink it, the dressing that is. What's your go-to meal? So if you're in a bind, you're making something, what is it?
Butter chicken.
Oh, come on.
Or spaghetti and meatballs. Everyone loves meatballs.
My kids are butter noodles fans. I'm just like, come on, let's go. But
yeah.
Tomatoes. What is the most difficult thing you've ever made that comes to mind?
Ooh, do you know what? I will say, like with students, it's the butter chicken, to be honest, because it's just the layering of the flavors and the time that it takes. And, you know, it always comes back to time, right? And I have a 2-hour window with kids, and to build those gorgeous flavors, you need a little more than 2 hours. So it's one of those things where, like, it's delicious when they take it home, but it's even better the next day.
Right. The flavors meld.
Yeah.
It's like pizza the next day, like heat it in the microwave for breakfast. It's wild.
No, cold pizza.
Oh, okay. Well, this is where we'll diverge a little bit. That's me. So let's kind of pivot a bit to the business. So use some business speak, pivot, right? When looking at your business, it looks like you can educate anybody from, young children, probably as young as 3 to 5.
I usually start around 5 to 6 now. I used to do younger. Yeah. But parents want to come.
Yeah. And you got to give them that open kind of space for creativity, if you will. What are you finding is the biggest hurdle for children? And then let's talk about what the biggest hurdle for maybe adults are.
Kids are picky, right? And that was a huge part of what started this for me, was my niece wouldn't eat. And I used to just hang out with her all the time. And I thought, oh, well, let's just make meatballs. And because that's something most people like. But she wouldn't eat them because she didn't know what was in them. And as soon as she made them,
light bulb.
It was crazy. And that is the biggest thing, is because my kids are picky too. I was blessed with very picky children. And as soon as they see what's in something, as soon as they're part of the process, and it could be the smallest thing,
Yeah.
it changes